Welcome back to another video, and today, well, we've got a new pump for the roof, and let's have a quick look at it. It looks a lot better than the old one, so I have to undo all these screws, and then this plate basically, you can see where the holes there are slotted. You move the plate and put the new pipes in, but first of all I need to clean up the old one because it's really bad. Coming to help? Coming to help? So there's a reminder of what it looks like. It's all this stuff I want to get off, because obviously, that one's not too bad, but when I open this up I don't want all this crud getting into the new pump. It looks like we've got leakage there, but that's actually oil that's obviously come from here, or from the pump. It's probably come from the pump when I was trying to get it working in the last video. So I'm going to give this a clean, and then see about changing all these pipes over to the new pump. Right, looking a bit better. This stuff will come off if I scrape it, but I need to have a bit more of a go at that. Pump looking a lot better. Can't really get in there further, so what I'll probably do is when I take all the individual pipes off, I'll give them a wipe. Still need to clean up this area, but yeah, need some more tissue for that, and then we can get the other pump in place. Okay, so it's the next day now. I've got this as clean as I can. I'm not going to worry about the staining on there. This, I can't really get into some of these, but all of these are loose, so I'm going to undo the plate and then see what happens, see how mucky these are. I'll probably have to clean each individual one off before putting it on, so I'm going to go and get the other pump, place that over there, and then slowly swap over all of the pipes. Some of these are going to be a bit harder to. Okay, it's clear I'm not going to be able to do this one-handed. So 3 of them have come out, but these 3 aren't. So what I'm doing is basically I think the rust has just eaten away at the hex. So I've just hammered on a socket. I think it's a 5/16, and we'll see if that gets it off. There we go. Do the other 3 now, other two. Right, so all 6 are out. This one's also loose. I'll take this off. Just show you. And these should come out. So that's what they look like. So what I need to do now is transfer all of those into that one. I'm doing one at a time, but you will see that these have a number on them, and that corresponds with the number that's on the plate. Okay, so it's about half an hour later. I've still got it in temporarily, just tucked all the other stuff away, so I've not got anything hopefully in the sides that will cause any problems. Close this and let's see what happens. Right, wish me luck. problem is, I don't know whether those relays are any good, but the roof was working on the car that the pump came from, so let's have a check, see if there's anything else going on. Maybe the oil level needs filling up now. So this isn't quite going to plan, but got the new pump in. And what was happening was windows were going down, the front part of the hood was unlatching, and then nothing, no sound. So I started doing some diagnostics, because obviously I would have thought I would have heard the pump going, and I wasn't getting an error until I let go of the switch. So I did a bit of investigation, and this is what I found. So there's the pump. This is the main power cable. It goes along there and it goes into here, this blue one. So I tested this cable. There was no volts on this cable, so there was no volts going into the actual pump. I then had a look at this. This is the like a distribution tray on top of the battery, and all of these, this seems to be just a flat plate with sort of a plastic shroud around each one. All of these had 12 volts across them, except this one, which is for the power to the pump. So what I did, I've taken a bit of cable from this side and I've just put it directly into this plug. And in fact, it was not the blue one, it's the grey one that goes there. So it's this one that hasn't actually got the power going across. So connected it up permanent. Obviously it's going through down to the relays. I did actually test the relays as well. I thought maybe the relays were at fault, but I bench tested them, they're working fine. So now I'm actually getting sound from the pump. It's the windows go down, the front unlatches, and actually one of the latches in that corner works as well, but it just runs and runs and runs and nothing happens. Then I went online and I found, come around here, if we take this off, down here, right down there, is like a plastic locking mechanism with a micro switch, and apparently that can be the main issue. So, and of course you need diagnostic equipment for that. So what have I done? Well, I've ordered a OTOFIX D1 diagnostic machine. Not cheap, £640, but it's going to be really useful for live data. I can see, I'll hopefully be able to see what's going on with the sensors on here, and also it will be handy for all the other cars I've got, and even maybe providing a service locally for health checks and stuff on people's cars. So I've gone ahead and ordered one of those. It's coming later today. You'll see from a link in my description that I'd found a website that showed that my exact symptoms, if the windows go down, the leading edge of the roof unlocks, which it does, and the pump runs, then it's normally a sensor, or rather the locking mechanism, gummed up in that corner. You can apparently clean them up. I need to look into that further, but I'm going to wait until I've got the diagnostic machine so that I can see whether that is showing as open or closed. So yeah, it continues. The turbo is still stuck at Parcel Force down in I think it's Ealing Way. It's the Northwest London branch or depot. It's been stuck there for now a week because of staff sickness or whatever, which is annoying because it was sent on a Express 24. So can't do the turbo, so I can't even get the car running properly, and can't get the roof done at the moment. So until the roof's done, I can't get these seats swapped out for the sports seats that I've got, because they are really heavy, and I just don't fancy trying to get them through a very small gap. So yeah, come back in probably tomorrow once I've got the diagnostic machine, and we can have a look what's going on with that. Yeah, and there's a lot of mess to clear up in here because I've got panels off and all sorts at the moment. But there we go. Right, let's give this a go. So I'm going to pick this up. See the buttons operated. Pump's going. I think this is the issue. This one here. I think that should be saying a no. We've got micro switch for left interlocking closed, hall sensor bucket opened. I just need to double check that against the website I've seen. It's got slightly different wording for those. Right, I think we're on day 4 now, so I'm going to have a look at these sensors in the back here. I'm going to look at the live data, and the good thing with this is I can take it with me round there because it's Bluetooth, and I'm going to manipulate the sensors by hand, which I've seen on a guide for manually putting the roof down, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to see on the live data what's going on with those sensors, and it may even allow me to then continue the roof down process. So let's see. I'm going to get it to a position where the front's unlocked and the windows are down, and at that point is when the rear sensors or the rear micro switches I believe should unlatch, and they're not, so I'm going to do that manually and then see if I can finish the process. Right, so I'm just going to start with the status of the valves, because these are the valves, I believe the 5 valves that are on the pump. So let's just see what happens with these. So the valve for the coupling fastener is activating, and I think that that's the coupling fastener on the left hand side. So that's activating, but nothing's happening. So next one is to look at the switches. Right, so we've got these 3. So what I'm going to do is using something plastic. So the first thing I'm going to do is just push this one back. It looks like that is stuck. Which is probably due to that plastic thing down there. So what I need to try and do is manipulate that. Right, I didn't have my camera on me for this bit, but I've been racking my brains. I've been looking into the pistons here, been looking at videos, and I found a video, one of the videos I found about moving the pistons, that you had to, if you do them manually, you have to release the pressure valve on the pump. It allows you to push the fluid back, obviously. And so I came to undo that. I thought I'm just going to try both pistons and see what happens. And I was expecting to undo that with a crack, and it just turned. So I thought straight away that it was a bit weird. So I turned it the other way, and it turned about 6 or 7 times, and it's now done up. So my thinking is that maybe the problem all along with this new pump was that the pressure valve had been opened, which I'm not sure why it would have been opened if the roof was working on the previous car, which I'm assured it was, because you normally only open that if you want to do the roof by hand. But let's set you up and see whether I can get this working. If this doesn't work, I don't know what will. I'm so happy. I think that's the end of this video. Cheers guys.